Hey everyone here, Nat Daddy here with a quick book review, looking at something completely different and never seen up my alley before. We're going to look at a manga style book here. It's kind of a smaller one as well too, so a little easier to read compared to all the other giant suckers that we read on this channel. This is H.P. Lovecraft's The Cult of Cthulhu, and it's a new graphic novel manga style interpretation by Gou Tanabe, who's apparently a pretty big horror writer when it comes to this type of manga stuff. So, from the artist of the Eisner-nominated H.P. Lovecraft Mountains of Madness, which I think I ordered, I can't remember or not, that might be coming, but links together two bands of worshippers, one deep in the Arctic snows and one hidden in the bayous of Louisiana, is more than their share practice of blood sacrifice. In the inhuman phrase, they both chant mglw'nafh, Cthulhu R'lyeh, fhtagn. You'll have to excuse my pronunciation on that. In his house, a rarely dead Cthulhu waits dreaming. Now these nightmares will disturb the sanity of Francis Thurston, a young man pursuing an investigation into the cult of Cthulhu that leads to the most forsaken spot in the vast Pacific and to Earth's supreme terror, the risen corpse city of R'lyeh. So this book was first published in 1928 with called The Cult of Cthulhu by H.P. Lovecraft. This is rendered in chilling detail by modern manga horror master Gou Tanabe. And this is the most famous of all the Lovecraft stories. And yes, that's the reason why I picked it up, because I'm a fan of like D&D games and monsters and stuff like that, and you always hear about Cthulhu, and I've never actually knew the full story of Cthulhu. And this looks like some pretty amazing artwork, I must say. And even though it is manga style, it's been translated into English, so I figured I'd give it a try. Yeah, pretty good. I was impressed with it. Size was good. Price tag was a little steep though, so even though I paid the US price plus a little discount from the store there, this seems like a lot for about 20 bucks or so. But again, don't let that deter you. Again, being North American, this is a little bit of a awkward at first because you're reading backwards, and everything is backwards in here to let know, and it tells you how to do that here. So that took a couple seconds to get used to, but didn't really bother me that much because it's such an engrossing story in that, and the artwork is great. So let's jump into it. So it's the early 1900s, and this fellow is kind of investigating the cult of Cthulhu. He goes a little crazy, and then his, I guess, like doctor person starts taking it up and investigating as well too. So they, in the possessions and all the writings and that, he finds this tablet. And like I said, I'm not a big manga fan. I don't particularly care for it, but I really like this book with the artwork and that too. So this guy starts going more and more crazy, and then weird things start happening. There's this cult down in the bayou that they investigate. A lot of this is in flashbacks from the records and that. This blood cult in the bayou that worship this statue, and they have this human blood sacrifice thing, and the FBI here take them down. Some of them see this monster, some of them don't. It seems like this blood cult is trying to like bring around the rise of this creature, but it is Cthulhu, so that's a sacrifice. So a little gory, not as much as I thought it would be. I thought there'd be like more body morphing stuff like that, but I guess that's different books from that. So this is the city that the Cthulhu rules, R'lyeh, and this guy here is one of the worshippers that they managed to detain and start questioning. So more of the story about the old gods even before Earth itself ruling. Great, scary, detailed artwork. I got so impressed with this. Even though this is in black and white, and it's kind of like the Book of the Dead, wgah'nagl, it's better to see in black and white, I think, for this kind of detail. So this guy travels all around the world, like I said, in the early 1900s, doing more and more chasing research, chasing down this mystery. And eventually they get to a point where they all end up kind of piecing things together, all kind of worshipping this deity here. So they end up, going back out on the water, doing some more of this tracing, and end up, kind of getting washed upon this magical island that shows up out of nowhere type of thing. And once you're in this area there, everything is kind of distorted. The sun seems a little different, time, people feel sick, you hear sounds and voices in your head. And as soon as they approach the island, another ship starts coming towards them, and that ship is full of, again, this cult members, and they kind of look like zombie pirates in this part here. So they attack the ship, killing most of the people on there, forcing the few survivors left to hop in the water and make do where they can. And that's where I said they end up on this island. We're just kind of thrust up out of the ocean. And once on the island there, of course, they end up kind of going crazy. Like, so time and physics doesn't seem to really matter there. And they come across this in a cave, which is kind of like the door to that universe. And then they open it. But they don't really open it, just kind of opens, and then it's just pure blackness that comes out. So, and then from there comes Cthulhu and all the madness and that. So, really great book. If you are interested in stuff like D&D, Cthulhu monsters and that, or old kind of supernatural mysteries, definitely check this out. Especially if you've never given manga a try before. This is kind of a neat way to look at it. I'm not going to go start chasing other manga stuff like that, but I did enjoy this, and I suggest you check it out too. So, Call of Cthulhu from Dark Horse. This is a new manga style adaptation. Pretty cool. See you later, guys.